Hello, and welcome to Terminal House Media. I am the operator. Tonight, I will continue my journey with GitHub and learning Git. I'm going to continue where I left off using Interact with Copilot. And a lot of what I was doing was happening within VS Code Codespaces, but some of the hotkeys were not working for Codespaces, so I started to revert to using VS Code, the desktop application. But I guess I need to really figure out how to get Codespaces to accept my hotkeys. But let's go ahead and get through this. So this unit explores ways that you can maximize your interaction with GitHub Copilot in your development environment. By understanding the services, features, and capabilities, you learn how to use it effectively. The following sections, actually, I think I already, no, I didn't go through this part. All right. So yeah, the following sections describe the various ways to trigger and use GitHub Copilot, along with examples and shortcuts to help you get the most out of it. So inline suggestions. Inline suggestions are the most immediate form of assistance in Copilot. As you type, Copilot analyzes your code in context to offer real-time code completions. This feature predicts what you might want to write next and displays suggestions in subtle, unobtrusive way. The suggestions that Copilot offers appear as grayed out text ahead of your cursor. To accept suggestion, yeah, I read this last night. Select tab key or the right arrow key to reject a suggestion. Keep typing or select the escape key. Inline suggestions are especially useful when you're typing when you're working on repetitive tasks or you need quick boilerplate code. Here's an example: Python. Def calculate average numbers. Start typing here and watch Copilot suggest the function in the body. All right. Copilot. Okay, here's an example. So let's go over here. If you all want to comment on what's the proper way to do this, then cool. Oh, by the way, we're up to 16 subscribers, so that's cool. But anyways, let's see. Thanks for joining the Hornet's Nest. So definition, calculate underscore. It's also not letting me click into here. That's right. So let me go back up. So I'm on 3 of 7. Let's go to GitHub Programmer. Nope. Page 1. Nope. So let's go back to page 3. Interact with Copilot. So inline suggestions are especially useful when you're working on repetitive tasks or you need quick boilerplate code. Here's an example. Got you. Start typing here and watch Copilot suggest the function of the body. All right, you now let me type here. So, and we've got a terminal session open here. Let's open up another terminal session, shall we? Okay, let's see. Take me to the road. Clear. All right. Now, time is it? Okay, cool. Copy, paste. It just said, let's do Copilot. Was it hyphen Copilot? Following sections describe which ways to trigger and use Copilot along with examples and shortcuts to help you get the most out of it. Inline suggestions. This feature predicts what you might want to write next and displays it. Okay, command palette. Open the command palette. Oh, this is where I was seeing it. Need to keep on reading. The command palette provides quick access to. This is throwing me off because it says start typing here and watch Copilot suggest the functions, and it's not letting me type. And I copy it in here. I can't activate Copilot. So open the command palette and Visual Studio Code by selecting Ctrl+P. Windows are on Linux and Command+P Mac. Enter Copilot to see available commands. So Ctrl+P, which won't work in here. And it just opens a new page, which you all can't see on a different screen. So let's type in Copilot. No matches. Control. Shift. Okay. Still not working. That's weird. Okay. I forgot that I had CapCut being captured. But all right, that was interesting. Okay, so Ctrl+P, I've got Visual Studio Code open on my host PC. And then it says type Copilot. All right, so I need to go to chat and then manage Copilot. So let's try that here. So workspaces, do chat, Copilot. Wow. How do I get to that? Okay. We are going to use AI. All right. Codespaces will not allow me to use Ctrl+Shift+P. I need to do this a different way. How do I access Copilot? Codespaces browser-based VS Code often intercepts Ctrl+P for other browser shortcuts. Yes, exactly. All right, command palette. Click the hamburger menu top left. Command palette, that opens the same thing. Look for the Copilot icon in the title bar top right or the status bar bottom. Clicking it opens a Copilot menu with chat explain this generate. Gotcha. Left. All right. Help me understand the function on line 249. Okay, and then here's the settings for it. All right, so then it says enter Copilot to see available commands, select actions that explain this or generate unit actions. Chat. Where does it say actions? Enter Copilot to see available commands. I guess it's just chat. I did say go to the hamburger view and then command palette. All right. Hamburger view, then command palette, and then enter Copilot. And select pilot. All right, and then enter Copilot to see available commands. Select explain this. Explain this. Or generate unit to get assistance. Select actions like explain this. It depends on which I'll say. Okay, so I say where are the actions and what are the actions. Depends which route you use to get in. If you open the command palette F1 or Copilot, you'll use a C GitHub, explain this, GitHub Copilot, generate tests. If you open via Copilot icon, all right, if you're a Copilot chat sidebar, there's no menu for actions. You just explain test. All right, cool. Why aren't you kind of doing better than their site? Anyways, let's do this. All right, if you open the command palette F1 or menu, type Copilot in the search box. You'll see a filter list, GitHub Copilot, explain this. I didn't see that. That's why I was asking. Terminal. No. What was it? View. Command palette. Copilot. I do not see that option, but all right. Let's use the / explain or / test. All right, so let's see what we get out of this. Actions. So let's do explain. Line 249. Line 249 is the start of draw target pattern. What it does, returns immediately if target pattern, if not set, clears the small preview canvas with a dark fill, loops over a pattern by pattern size grid for every one in target pattern, that pattern row. It draws a filled block and a border. So this function renders the current target pattern into the pattern canvas preview. So line 249. Oh, target. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's clear that. And then, so Copilot chat. Copilot is an interactive feature that enables you to communicate with Copilot by using natural language. You can ask questions or request code snippets, and Copilot provides responses based on your input. Now, let's see. Open the Copilot chat panel in your IDE. Done. Enter questions or requests in natural language and then evaluate the Copilot response. What is the time of the day? All right. How would you connect an NTP server? All right, cool. Write that in a YAML file. What? YAML. Sorry, I guess I missed a A. That's not what I'm saying. All right, enter questions or requests in natural language and then evaluate the Copilot. Oh, there we go. Somewhat. All right. For example, you might enter, how do I implement a binary search in Python? Copilot chat is ideal for exploring new coding concepts or getting help with unfamiliar syntax. All right, let's stop referencing. Oh, okay. You can remove that from the chat. Remove it. And oh, there are sessions. Wow. This is all in here. Let's do Ctrl+Shift+P, Copilot, manage Copilot settings. Oh boy, they want me to sign in. Sure. Okay, install Copilot in your editor. Yeah. Cool. All right, so now let's try that again. F1, Copilot. There's so many ways to skin a cat, right? Is that what they say? Skin a cat, skin a fish? I better look up that saying. I feel like there's going to be a group of people that might come after me. All right, go to Copilot. All right, so it looks like I can do it in the browser. So let's do code. Let's try to enable it on the desktop app. I think it was hyphen Copilot. Nope. All right, let's go to settings. All right, GitHub Copilot chat, allow auto permissions. Which model classifier to approve or deny? GitHub Copilot maximum time milliseconds to wait. GitHub Copilot chat Claude agent use SDK load Claude agent SDK. Code search whether to enable. All right, well, that's cool. Whether to enable agent and code search when using hashtag codebase. Image tool, which allows the agent to view image files such as, ooh, nice. Well, that's kind of interesting. Alternate Gemini model F prompt. Enables an experimental alternate prompt for Gemini model F instead of, that sounds fun. Alternate. What's the prompt? GPT prompt. Let's just stick to the default for now. All right. GitHub Copilot ChatGPT or Chat Anthropic context editing mode. Select the context editing mode for Anthropic models. Automatically manages conversation context as it grows, helping optimize cost and stay within. I feel like somewhere in here they're gonna throw helping to optimize cost. Man. No. All right. So GitHub Copilot, chat, Anthropic tools, web search, allow domains. Oh my goodness. They are asking for a lot of access. Whew. Okay, so I'm not only 3 stars. Let's go ahead and update that, and then let's get back to this reading. All right. So, for example, you might enter, how do I implement a binary search in Python? Copilot Jet is ideal for exploring new, probably giving bad code. Inline chat. Inline chat enables context-specific conversations with Copilot directly within your code editor. You can use this feature to request code modifications or explanations without switching context. Place your cursor where you want assistance. Use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+I, Windows or Linux, or Command+I to open inline chat. Control-I. Interesting. And cool, I disabled it. Show release notes. No, I'm good. All right, so that's cool. And then ask questions or request changes. How many legs does a dog have? Interesting. All right. What is a function? Okay, what is a dog? I'm weaving. All right. Completely improper use of this tool is what they're saying. Got it. So explain for and if. If statement. All right, good. Okay. Let's see if you get it right. If statement. An if statement checks a condition and runs code only if that condition is true. Cool. All right, here are some common / commands and their usage. Explain, suggest, test, comment. To use a / command, just type the command in your editor and press the enter. All right. Close and enter def. All right. Well, I don't want to stay on this page for too long. Don't know why I did that. Let's see. So let's try this again. Def. It's still not doing it. Copilot uses natural language processing to convert comments to code. All right, let's just enable it real quick. What was it? F1 Copilot. I just want to see how this works. F1. Oh, there we go. So it looks like I have to type Copilot. Copilot. The Copilot is not recognized as the. Oh, I have to install it. All right. So. All right, less to do more. Run a GitHub native agent in your terminal that works directly with your issues and pulls requests, executes across fleet parallelized subagents, and carries you from plan to merge code. All right, let's do W winget. Not gonna lie, that looks pretty cool. You can access my computer because you have cool graphics. All right, so got Copilot connected to the PC, and we've got Copilot installed on the PC. Now let's try some of these things that it was saying inside the document. So it said, what was it? / I still see nothing. / Credits. So in a second, yeah, you're gonna charge me. Inline suggestions. explain. No, absolutely not. Automatically fix diagnostics for edited files. No. All right. It's not working here or in the browser. Some commands / commands. I think they have to be performed in Copilot. Oh, interesting. So what I will do is let's actually put back up Copilot. There we go. And then / explain loops. Okay, so I think that's the key point. Gotta read good, right? Okay, so comments to code. Copilot uses natural language processing to convert comments into code. You can describe the functionality that you want in a comment. When you select the enter key, Copilot generates code based on your description. So let's close here and close that. Close and close. Close and close. Cool. Now, reboot my Alma Linux 10 server every Sunday night at 11:55 p.m. Cool. All right, so I guess that's not really a comment. Let's actually do this. HTML welcome page for operator net terminal house media. Wow. Yeah, we're not going to do that, but that's pretty cool. I did that. Okay. Here's an example. Function to reverse a string. Definition reverse string. This approach is being beneficial for drafting code quickly, especially when your task is straightforward. Multiple suggestions. Yeah, especially when your task is straightforward. Multiple suggestions, for example, for complex code snippets, Copilot can offer multiple alternatives. When Copilot offers a suggestion, look for the light bulb icon. Select the icon for Alt plus Windows or Options plus to cycle through alternatives. Multiple suggestions help you explore different coding approaches and select the most appropriate one. Explanations. Understanding existing code is crucial, especially in large projects. You can use the explain this feature to get explanations for code snippets. Select a block of code, right-click the code block, and then select Copilot. Explain this on the shortcut menu. Read the explanation that Copilot provides for the selected code. This feature is useful for learning purposes and when you're reviewing code that someone else wrote. Automated test generation. Unit tests are essential for ensuring code quality and reliability. Copilot can save you time and effort by generating unit tests for your function. Select a function or a class and use the command palette to select Copilot generate test. All right. Let's say Copilot generate test is what we're looking for. I'll use the command palette to select Copilot generate test. I'll generate unit test. I don't see that option. Automated test generation helps you maintain code integrity and catch bugs early in the development process. Keep in mind that Copilot learns from context. Keeping your code well structured and commented helps Copilot provide more accurate and relevant assistance. The more you interact with Copilot, the better it becomes at understanding your coding style and preferences. Next unit, set up, configure, and troubleshoot GitHub Copilot. Set up, configure, and troubleshoot GitHub Copilot. This explains how to set up, how to sign in to GitHub Copilot, how to configure GitHub Copilot by using VS Code, and how to troubleshoot GitHub Copilot by using VS Code. Sign up for GitHub Copilot before you can start using GitHub Copilot. You need to sign in with a GitHub account that has access to GitHub Copilot. To get started, select your GitHub profile photo and then select Git Settings. Copilot is on the left menu under the Code Planning and Automation. After you sign up, you need to install an extension. You just saw me do all of this. VS Code, Visual Studio. For this module, you'll just review extensions and configurations for VS Code. The exercise you'll complete in the next unit uses VS Code. If you're using a different environment, you can find specific links to set up other environments in the references section at the end of this module. Configure GitHub Copilot in VS Code. Add the VS Code extension for GitHub and Visual Studio. Go to Marketplace, go to GitHub Copilot extension page. So Visual Studio. Extensions. Copilot. All right, enable the features, but it's already been installed. All right, the extension, select install. If you didn't previously authorize VS Code, you're prompted to sign in VS Code, select sign in GitHub. GitHub Copilot can autocomplete code as you type when you use VS Code. After installation, you can enable or disable GitHub Copilot, and you can configure advanced settings with VS Code. Enable or disable GitHub Copilot in VS Code. On the bottom pane, VS Code, select the status icon and then select enable or disable. You saw me do that. When you're disabling GitHub Copilot, VS Code asks whether you want to disable completions globally or for the language of the file that you're currently editing. To disable GitHub Copilot completions globally, select disable completions. To disable GitHub Copilot completions for a specified language, select disable completions for language. Enable or disable inline suggestions in VS Code. On the file menu, select preferences settings. We already went over this literally because I was looking for everything else. On the left side pane of the settings tab, select extensions and then select GitHub Copilot. Under editor, enable auto completions, select or clear checkbox to enable or disable inline suggestions. So if we go to VS Code, bring that back up, and I'm going to Copilot settings. All right. Inline. Controls whether accessibility hint to be provided to screen reader. Use true inline view. Chat. Inline chat. All right, there we go. Cool. All right. Additionally, you can choose to enable or disable inline suggestions and specify which languages you want to enable or disable GitHub Copilot. Troubleshoot GitHub Copilot in VS Code. In VS Code, the log files are useful for diagnosing connection problems. The GitHub Copilot extension stores the log files in the standard log location for VS Code extensions. You can find the log files by opening the command palette and then entering either developer open log file or developer open extension logs folder. So, let's see. In rare cases, errors might not be logged in the regular locations. If you encounter errors and nothing is in the logs, you might try to view the logs from the process that's running VS Code in the extension. This process enables you to view the electron logs. You can find these logs by selecting Help Toggle Developer Tools in VS Code. Network restrictions, firewalls, or your proxy might cause problems when you're connecting to GitHub Copilot. If a problem occurs, use the following steps to open a new editor with the relevant information that you can inspect yourself or share with the support team. Open the VS Code command palette, and then for Windows, we're going to do Ctrl+P, enter diagnostics, and then select GitHub collection diagnostics from the list. So we can actually do F1 and then diagnostics. All right. There we go. Sometimes I feel as though these pads that are supposed to help with arthritis in the wrist actually cause more arthritis than they prevent. Oops. Put that down. All right. For more information on how to troubleshoot and other variants, check out the references select at the end of this module. All right. Cool exercise. Develop with AI-powered code suggesting by using GitHub Copilot and VS Code. 1 minute. This exercise walks you through following steps. Install GitHub Copilot by using GitHub Codespaces. Prompt GitHub Copilot for code suggestions. Accept code suggestions from GitHub Copilot. Instructions. Start the exercise on GitHub. Button at the bottom of this page. Select start the course button, or use this template feature in the template repository. Follow instructions in the README tab. Understand how this exercise works. Learning objectives and how to successfully complete this exercise. When you finish this exercise in GitHub, return to this module for a quick knowledge check, a summary of what you learned, a badge for completing this module. Let's open that in a new tab. All right. Let's use this template. Open in Codespace. Just waiting for this to load. Gotta go restart my dryer. Be right back. All right, awesome. So it looks as though it loaded, and that's good. So let's go ahead and do this exercise. Oh, it did say go to the README. All right, what you learn. Familiar with VS Code, basic coding principles. How long? This exercise takes less than 1 hour to complete. Okay, you use a pre-configured code space to run VS Code in your browser. Learn different interaction options, develop and plan with GitHub Copilot. Use Copilot to summarize and review your pull request. How to start this exercise. Simply copy this exercise to your account, then give your favorite Octocat Mona about 20 seconds to prepare the first lesson and then refresh the page. When copying the exercise, we recommend the following. For owner, choose your personal account, organization to host the repository. We recommend creating a public repository since private repositories will use actions in minutes. If the exercise isn't ready in 20 seconds, please check actions, check to see if a job is running. Sometimes it simply takes a bit longer. If the page shows a failed job, please submit an issue. Nice, you found a bug. Oh, there's a little humor in that. Nice, you found a bug. Job well done. That's funny. All right, so we already copied it over. Let's go to the exercise. Exercise, getting started with Copilot. Getting started with GitHub Copilot. Welcome to the exciting world of GitHub Copilot. In this exercise, you'll unlock the potential of this AI-powered coding assistant to accelerate your development process. Let's dive in and have some fun and exploring the future of coding together. Yes, let's do that. All right, so this is an interactive hands-on GitHub skills exercise. As you complete each step, I'll leave updates in the comments, check your work and guide you forward, share helpful tips and resources. Oh, you'll celebrate my progress and completion. Let's get started. Step 1. Hello, Copilot. Welcome to your getting started with... That finished too fast. Welcome to your getting started with GitHub Copilot exercise. In this exercise, you will be using different GitHub Copilot features to work on a website that allows students of Mergenton High School, Mergington High School to sign up for extracurricular activities. Mergington High School, extracurricular activities. Great. Theory, getting to know GitHub. All right. Theory, getting to know GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot is an AI coding assistant that helps you write code faster and with less effort. A lot of this documentation is very repetitive, allowing you to focus more energy on problems, GitHub, and marketing heavy. GitHub Copilot has been proven to increase developer productivity and accelerate the pace of software development. For information, see research quantifying GitHub's Copilot impact on developer productivity and happiness in the GitHub blog. As you work in IDE, you'll most often interact with GitHub Copilot in the following ways: inline suggestions, inline chat, axe mode, agent mode, and plan agent. As you work, you'll find GitHub Copilot can help out in several places across the github.com website and in your favorite coding environments such as VS Code, JetBrains, and Xcode. For example, bro, this is so repetitive. Activity, get a project intro from Copilot chat. Let's start up our development environment. Use Copilot to learn a bit about the project and then give it a test run. Use the below button to open the Create Codespaces page in a new tab. Use the default configuration. New tab. All right, create. You have too many running Codespaces. You'll need to stop some before. Gotcha. I was looking at 3D printers earlier. So let's close that one. We want to do GitHub Copilot. Branch main. Yep. You have too many running Codespaces. You'll need to stop one. Okay. All right. Stop. There we go. Stop that Codespace. Dude, 32 gigabytes of storage. 8 gigabytes of RAM is pretty crazy still. All right, so let's go to this Codespace. Create from template. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna create the code space. Let's do it now. Cool. Then confirm the repository field is your copy of the exercise, not the original. Then click the green Create Codespace button. Well, you gotta wait for it to finish creating. All right, cool. We're booted up, and let's see. Confirm terminal house skills. Getting started with GitHub Copilot. See. All right, the left sidebar, click extensions, tab, and verify that the GitHub Copilot chat and Python sections are installed and enabled. So Python extension, enabled, install, and then Copilot. All right, it's enabled. At the top of the VS Code, locate and locate and click the toggle chat icon to open the Copilot chat inside the panel. All right. Make sure you are in axe mode for our section. Okay. Models. Okay, so how is their own training on their own website not up to date to what the UI looks like in here? All right. Okay, now it pops up. I guess I just didn't have it. That's annoying. All right, so we're in Axe. Now we're just gonna copy and paste for the sake of peace, because that's what's wasting my time. Please briefly explain the structure of this object project. What should I do to run it? All right, so the app appears to be a small, fast API service with a simple front end, and I'm checking the dependency file so I can give you the right instructions. This is a small web app and API for a school activity system. Yes. All right. How do I run it? Start the server or run from the repository root. Cool. So after I ask the question, now that we know a bit more about the project, let's actually try running it. In the left sidebar, select Run and Debug tab, and then press the Start Debugging icon. So we are going to go Run Debug. Yeah. We want to see our web page running in a browser, so let's find the URL and port. If it is invisible, expand the lower panel and select the ports tab. All right. Terminal. Debug. Oh. All right. In the list, find port 80 or 8000 and the related link. Hover over them and select open in the browser icon. Here we go. Oh, hover over them. Follow link. Oh, nice. All right. So, activity. Use Copilot to help remember a terminal command. Great work. Now that we are familiar with the app and we know it works, let's ask Copilot for help starting a branch so we can do some customizing. In VS Code, bottom panel, select the terminal tab, and on the right side, click the plus sign to create a new terminal window. Oh, I guess it wanted me to do this. New terminal window. Cool. Type Copilot to use Copilot. See, yeah, I've been doing that. It doesn't work. All right. Within the new terminal window, use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+I Windows or to bring up Copilot's terminal inline chat. Oh, all right. Maybe that's what I needed to do on here. Ctrl+I, Ctrl+I, Ctrl+I. Nope. Oh, enable AI features now. Ctrl+I. Awesome. Cool. All right. So within the new terminal window, blah, 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 let's ask Copilot, hey, Copilot, can I create and publish a new Git branch called Accelerate with Pilot? The answer is going to be absolutely not. Quite the one. You can always continue explaining what you need. Copilot. Press the run button to let Copilot insert the terminal command for us. No need to copy and paste. Run. After a moment, look in VS Code lower status bar on the left to see the active branch. It should say, what's it gonna say? Tell me. Accelerate with Copilot. If so, you are all done with this step. Oh, yep. It says accelerate Copilot. All right, now that your branch is pushed to GitHub, Mona should be ready to be busy checking your work. Give her a moment and keep watch in the comments. You will see her respond with progress info and the next lesson. All right, step 1 passed. Did a little bit of reading tonight. It's 12:15 in the morning, and I want to have energy for work tomorrow. So I'm gonna end the live here, and we'll pick up where we left off later on tomorrow night. See you all. Thanks for watching, and have a good night. Good morning. Bye-bye.